I greet everyone who is striving to build their future and achieve financial freedom, and all subscribers of the channel. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record and upload a video to their channel on the last 2 Sundays. This is related to my father's health. My father is currently seriously ill, and we've admitted him to the hospital. I kindly ask each of you to pray for my dad. Thank you in advance. And now let's continue. Let's continue with the next turning point on the path to financial freedom, guys, and begin the next lesson. This is our part 4, Systems of Financial Growth. In this part, we will have 3 subparts. One of them is 4 pillars. The second one is inflation. This is the silent tax. And the third one is the power of compounding. Class, imagine you are building a house. If the foundation is weak, the house will fall. In your financial life, there are 4 pillars that hold your future, your house. If you understand these 4 words, you can understand any bank statement, you can understand any business and any investment in the world. These pillars are income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. Most people look only at income. They think, if I earn more, I will be rich. But that's a lie. If you have a high income but your other 3 pillars are broken, your house will crash. Today we're gonna do a deep dive into each one. We're gonna see how they interact like a machine. Let's continue with the pillar 1, income. It is the flow. Income is the money that enters your life. But there are 2 types of income, and this is where the secret lies. One of them is active income, and the second one is passive income. Active income is earned income. This is money for your time. You work 1 hour, you get $20. If you stop working, the money stops. This is what you learn in school. But passive income, this is money that works for you. You build a system once and it pays you forever. Rental income, dividends from stocks, or royalties from a book. The goal is you use your active income to build passive income sources. Wealthy people don't have better jobs. They have better sources of income. And the next pillar is the leak. We call it expenses in financial economy. Expenses are the money that leaves your life. Think of your money like a bucket of water. Expenses are the holes in the bucket. We have fixed expenses and we have variable expenses. Fixed expenses, things you must pay every month. For example, rent, electricity bill, basic food expenses, they are all fixed expenses. But things that change, for example, dining out, entertainment, shopping, they are variable expenses. They are not fixed. They change. But where is the trap? Most people increase their expenses every time their income grows. This is called lifestyle inflation. To be free, you must keep your expenses low and plug the holes in your bucket. The third pillar of your future, assets, the money trees. We call it the money trees. Now, the most important word in the dictionary, assets. An asset is anything puts money in your pocket. If you buy a house and you live in it, it is a liability because you pay for it. If you buy a house and rent it to someone else, it is an asset because it pays you. Assets are like money trees, guys. You plant them today, you water them for a few years, and then they give you fruit forever. For example, stocks, maybe bonds, real estate, intellectual property like a YouTube channel or an online course, they are all assets for your future. And the last pillar of your future is liabilities. We call it the weight in economy. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. For example, your credit card debt is a liability. A car loan, if you have, it is a liability. Buying things you don't need on credit is a liability, and so on. The middle class spends their life collecting liabilities. They think they are collecting assets, but remember our simple rule. Does it pay me, or do I pay for it? If you pay for it, it is a liability. If it pays you, it can be an asset. And let's have a little class activity, guys. Our activity is called the 4-pillar audit. Let's look at your financial house. You have 4 pillars, right? Income box, expenses box, assets box, and a liabilities box. In the income box, please write your job. Do you have a second source of earning money? If yes, you can write it. If you don't have, you shouldn't write. In the expenses box, write your biggest haul. Is it rent or what? In the third, assets box, is it empty? Don't worry, this course will help you fill it. Assets box. And the last one in the liability box, be honest guys, do you owe money for your phone or do you have a bank loan? If you have, you should write them in the liabilities box. If you want to be healthy, your assets must grow and your liabilities must shrink. It is that simple. Before concluding this session, we have vocabulary for the boat. Pillar. Pillar is a strong support for a building or a system. In our lesson, it's about system. Fixed. What was fixed? Something that doesn't change. It is fixed. Stable. But what about variable? Variable is something that changes often, frequently changes. Lifestyle inflation. We talked about it. This is increasing your spending when you earn more money. You earn more money and you buy more things. You earn more money and your liabilities box grows. Royalties. Money paid to an author or creator for each copy sold. Dividends. This is a part of a company's profit paid to people who own its stock. And to plug, this is to block a hole. I mean, to stop a leak. I removed my picture so that you can see all words. To conclude, financial literacy is the art of balancing these four pillars. Earn more. This is income. Spend less. Expenses. Buy things that pay you. Assets. Avoid things that cost you. Liabilities. In the next part, we will talk about inflation, guys. The silent tax that tries to steal the value of your pillars every single day. Class, imagine you have $100. You are very disciplined. You don't spend it. But I have bad news for you. This is a silent thief in the room. This thief doesn't take your paper money. It takes the value of your money. Every single year, your $100 buys less bread, less gas, and less clothes. This thief is called inflation. Today, we're going to understand why saving in a bank or under a mattress is actually a slow way to become poor. What is inflation? In simple English, inflation is when the prices of things go up. But another way to say it is the value of your money goes down. Think about your childhood, guys. How much was a loaf of bread? Maybe 20 cents. How much is it today? 60 cents. Is the bread bigger? Is the bread better? No. It is the same bread, but your money is weaker. If inflation is 10% per year and you have $1,000 in your pocket, next year that $1,000 will only buy $900 worth of things. You still have the same papers, but you are 10% poorer. This is why we call it the silent tax. You didn't pay it to the government, but it disappeared from your pocket anyway. This is inflation. This is a silent tax. We have an interesting theory of this part, the stock and the market. Many of our grandparents told us, save your money, keep it safe. In the past, maybe that worked, but in 2026, saving is losing. The stock is cash money. Interest rate is 0%. Inflation approximately 5 or 10% per year. And result, you lose 5 to 10% of your wealth every year, guys. But what about the bank account? Interest rate approximately 1 or 2% per year. Inflation, of course, 5 to 10% per year. And result, you are still losing money. Just a little slower, but you are still losing. And the third version is the asset. Maybe the stocks, maybe real estate. It has a growth rate, 8 to 12% growth rate. Inflation, 5 to 10%. And result, you are winning, guys, because your money is growing faster than the thief can steal it. Inflation can steal it. Actually, wealthy people don't save money. They hide their money in assets because they want to avoid from this inflation. They buy things that grow with inflation. If the price of bread goes up, the company that sells bread makes more profit and their stock goes up. If you own the stock of this company, you are protected. If you own the cash, you are victim. And now we have an interesting survey for this part, the price travel. Let's do a quick survey. Think of one thing you bought 5 years ago. Maybe a phone, a burger, maybe a car, a haircut, I don't know. Do you remember the price? If you do, how much is that same thing today? And now look at the difference, guys. The difference is the speed of the silent thief. It is the speed of inflation. If your salary didn't grow by that same percentage, you are working harder for less value. This is why we must invest. Investing is not a hobby. It's a survival skill to protect your family from inflation, to protect your money from inflation. And again, we have key vocabulary for this board. Inflation, we talked about it. It is a general increase in price over time. Purchasing power, it is purchasing power of your money, how much you can buy with your money. Silent tax, it is a metaphor for how inflation reduces your wealth without you noticing. Mattress, this is the part of the bed you sleep on. Actually, people use it to hide money. Shrink, let me replace my photo. Shrink, to shrink is to become smaller. Your money's value shrinks. Victim, someone who is hurt or cheated by a situation. And wealth protection, it is keeping the value of your money safe from inflation. And now we will conclude. To summarize, cash is trash in the long term. You need a little cash for emergencies, but saving for 20 years in a bank account is financial suicide. And now we will look at the magic part. It is compounding. We will see how to turn inflation's brother into your best friend. Instead of your money losing value, we will see how it can grow exponentially. Class dismissed. Class, we are at the end of our fourth part. We talked about the silent thief, inflation, that steals your money. Now I want to introduce you to your best friend. Albert Einstein once said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." With compounding, you can save a little and the money will grow by itself like a snowball. And today I will show you how time is more important than money. We call it the snowball effect. Imagine a small snowball at the top of a mountain. You push it. At first, it stays small, right? After 1 minute, it is still small. It is rolling down. But as it rolls, it collects more snow. The bigger it gets, the more snow it collects. At the bottom of the mountain, it is a giant monster. Compounding is exactly like this. Year 1, your $1,000 earns $100 interest. Now you have $1,100, right? Year 2, you don't earn interest on $1,000 anymore. You earn interest on $1,100. So you get $110. Year 10, you are earning interest on the interest of the interest. In the beginning, it looks slow. This is why most people quit. They don't see the monster yet. But if you wait, the curve goes straight up. This is exponential growth. In this session, I will tell you a story of two friends, Ali and Vali. Ali starts investing at age 20. He invests $200 every month for only 10 years. At the age of 30, he stops. He never puts another cent in the bank. He just lets it grow. But Vali waits. He starts at age 30. He invests $200 every month for 35 years until he is 65. Who has more money at age 65? Logic says Vali because he invested for 35 years, right? But the answer is Ali. Because Ali started earlier, 10 years earlier, and his snowball had more time to roll. Even though he stopped putting money in, his interest was so big that Vali could never catch him. The lesson is you don't need a lot of money to start. You just need to start. You just need to start early. Time is the multipliers of wealth. Guys, have you ever thought about this rule, the double your money rule? I want to give you a quick tool for your pocket. It is called the Rule of 72. If you want to know how many years it takes to double your money, divide 72 by your interest rate. For example, if you get 10% interest, 72 divided 10, it is 7.2 years. So in 7 years, your $10,000 becomes $20,000. In another 7 years, it becomes $40,000. In another 7 years, it becomes $80,000. Do you see? You didn't do anything. The money soldiers did the work while you were sleeping. And let's have a little class activity named My Future Forest. Close your eyes. Imagine you are 60 years old. You are sitting in a garden. You are financially free. You don't have a boss. You don't have a debt. Now imagine that 20-year-old or 30-year-old you, the person sitting in this class today, you. What is the one thing your future self wants to say you today? They probably want to say, please start today, even if it is only $10. Please start. Just start the snowball. Write down one small amount you can start investing this month. Immediately. Is this $50? Is it $100? Write it down. That's your first snowball. Let's have a look at a vocabulary for the boat. We have many interesting words. Compound interest. It is interest calculated on the initial principal and also on the accumulated interest. Exponential. It is increasing more and more rapidly. Snowball effect. A process that starts small and builds on itself to become very large. To double. It is to become twice as big. Wonder. It is something that causes surprise and admiration. Initial, happening at the beginning, and to accumulate, to collect or gather a large amount over time. That's all for today, guys. That's it from me for today. You've already watched this video. I'll upload the next video to the channel very soon so we can catch up. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments, please. Your support truly matters. There are millions of people around the world struggling with financial challenges. And my mission is to help as many of them as possible through these lessons. With your support, I can reach those people too. Thank you for being here. Stay tuned for the next lesson. Bye, friends.